After my briefing, I pull the trigger on this Saturn archives in maximum force. As usual, skip ahead to the time on the screen to get to gameplay. Now, in these digital reviews of manuals I've been doing, I've been leaving out the back part of the case because they're not featured in the collections I've been obtaining. However, I went out of my way to find this one because it's got a really testy line up front here. Admit it, sometimes you'd feel better if you could just shoot everything in sight, but then there's that death penalty thing. Now, you younger kids might not be aware of this, but at one point in time, joking about being a terrorist was funny. Time to lock and load, pal. Straight from arcades everywhere, here comes Maximum Force, where it's you against elusive terrorists and you control the body count. You'll board helicopters, ATVs, underwater vehicles, and shoot literally everything in sight. Gun down slime balls on 3 completely different missions, blast your way into over 35 secret rooms, and blow away everything with extreme prejudice. With Maximum Force, there's no such thing as too much firepower. Maximum Force. Go ahead, pull the trigger. So, yep, that needs to be changed for today's audience. But I mean, it really can't be, because no one's asking for new Maximum Force anyways. The cover is pretty cool. It's a badass dude with a gun in front of an explosion. What more do you want? What more do you need? On the inside of the manual, you'll actually notice that instead of advertising another game, they don't need to. They're just going to show you a picture of the goober you play as, which doesn't seem to be the goober on the front cover. Skipping the getting started and controls, because we know what that is. We've seen it 100 times now, yada yada. Let's get to the briefing. We see a bunch of text here next to a cheap Vin Diesel. You are a top counter-terrorism agent, formerly with the US government, but now on your own. Just last week, you uncovered some information about 3 new terrorist organizations who plan to unleash worldwide chaos within the next few days. You have just learned that they have sent teams of assassins to eliminate you. Rather than sit back and wait, you are going to tackle them head-on. Ground Zero is a band of animal-loving radicals who have secretly built a vast nuclear arsenal under Easter Island in the South Pacific. They plan to wipe out most of the human race so small, defenseless animals can have a fresh start in a less populated world. The wackos at the Fiduciary Liberation Front believe that money is actually alive, and they plan to steal the central core computer at World City Bank, freeing billions of captive monies and bringing the world banking system to its knees. Lastly, the Somnalia cartel, deep in the jungle, plans to unleash a radical new flower into the world snack food markets, one that turns people into helpless sheep, ready to do their nefarious bidding. These extremists are pure evil, and they want you dead. Take the action of them and stop their reign of terror. You work alone, and you wield Maximum Force. Skipping right ahead through options and control configuration, because we're just here for the lore. And when we get to the gameplay section, you'll note that I'm actually doing this part of the video afterwards. So at the time, I don't realize how much of a silly joke and very unserious tone this game is going for. Oh, this is more or less the same thing. Ground Zero is a band of animal-loving radicals who have turned their high-tech know-how towards ensuring that animals can live in a world without the threat of human overpopulation. They have been building a secret base on Easter Island and have amassed a huge nuclear stockpile. What could be more frightening than relics of a bygone culture? Those enigmatic Polynesian heads guarding a vast underground nuclear production plant? And then I guess it just details what we're going to be doing in the stage. I'm going to go ahead and skip those parts because we're going to see them in the video game. Mission 2, the World City Bank. The Fiduciary Liberation Front is a group of crazed ex-consumers who believe that money is actually alive and is being cruelly manipulated for mankind's evil profits. They plan to break into World City Bank and steal a hard drive of a computer that has entry codes to bank accounts and investment funds totaling nearly $250 billion. If they succeed, it will cripple the nation's economy and send the world financial markets spinning into chaos. More importantly, it'll liberate from cruel oppression the billions of tortured dollars that are being so wrongfully imprisoned by the evil banking system. And Mission 3, the one you cannot get to without playing Mission 1 and 2 first. This is, of course, about the group of terrorists called the Somnalia Cartel that created a mind-altering flower product that will brainwash Americans. Not Canadians, though, we're immune. They will ship this in a new line of snack foods targeted towards that vital American worker, the computer geek. Once computer geeks across the land have been brainwashed, the cartel can easily launch its plans for world domination. The jungle country of Somnalia provides the backdrop for you to extract your revenge against these sick animals. After that, there's a main targets page, which is pretty much just boasting, how many interactables they have sprinkled throughout the games. I'm not going to read the details on all these. We have power-ups, of course, barrels, boxes, windows, video cameras, missiles, paintings. But it does tell us about secret rooms. It has many secret rooms. There is no information available at this time regarding their location and quantity. We strongly suggest that you shoot everything in sight. The rooms will present themselves if you've hit the right combination of targets. During gameplay, I do discover one hidden room. And then we're going to go ahead and skip some more of the menu-based stuff because we're just here for the lore that was not put into the game itself. Let's learn about our prime suspects. Drake Stanton. He kind of looks like the guy from the cover, doesn't he? This view of Stanton was the last image that many of our informants and agents saw before their precious lives were snuffed out. Stanton is one of the many merciless killers within the radical group, Ground Zero. As usual, money and power drive this schizophrenic madman to extreme measures. We believe he is out of medication, so watch your back. Don't let this be the last image your eyes record. Take him out. Wilma Snow. This attractive yet dangerous killer has been Stanton's on and off girlfriend. They seem to stick together for one reason. As a team, they have raked in the cash. They've also whacked several of their rivals and almost killed each other. It's been reported that she has shot Stanton twice, and he has shot her once. A lovely couple. We expect to find them together, so don't let this bombshell surprise you when Stanton is in your sights. Deirdre Hansen? I don't know how to pronounce that. They call her the Deadly Debutante. I don't know how to pronounce that either. Born rich and spoiled, this vicious vixen shows no remorse when she spreads the lead. We believe the good life wasn't enough for Deirdre. She could have had anything she wanted with the money she was born to, but she chose to take what she wanted instead. Do not look into her hypnotic baby blues if you encounter her. Just pull the trigger and keep moving. Oh, if you thought there was just the three, I got a fucking surprise for you. Now we gotta learn about Melvin Doro? Yeah, Melvin Doro. That seems simple enough. As you can see, he enjoys his work. This psycho shows no fear of any kind, so nail him quick. Doro's life could have gone in an entirely different direction if he would have stayed in college and developed his baseball skills. He could have gone to the show and made millions. Now, instead of throwing people out, he's taking people out. Don't get surprised by this lunatic. Ray Holder. When Ray isn't busy gunning down Ground Zero's enemies, he's making bombs in his hidden lab. It's believed that Holder is working on some of the nuclear weapons that Ground Zero has their hands on. To make matters worse, we know that he is untrained and learning as he goes along. It wouldn't be so bad if he found this guy and ended his training. Sandy Nill was serving time for armed robbery when she skipped parole to join Ground Zero. She isn't as passionate about the group's cause as the other members of the radical group are. She figures she's protected by the power Ground Zero has achieved and can't be touched. Well, you can help burst her bubble by showing her where the power is. But remember, she won't hesitate when it comes to pulling the trigger, so be alert. Next up, Victor Topper. He's a one hefty man. Topper is another example of a promising athlete gone bad. That explains his heft. This third-string defensive end quit the regimented rigors and discipline of professional football after 1 year to make money in an even more violent way. Terrorism. He finds it unbearable to follow orders, making him an unpredictable adversary. He was recruited for his brute strength and disregard for human life. Unload your clip on this guy. And lastly, Butch Cutter. This former Green Beret is the military brains of the outfit. He plans their terrorist attacks as well as their mobilization from one region to the other. He went AWOL last year to become the deadly mercenary he is now. He has since declared his loyalty to Ground Zero and dedicated his life for their cause. He's an excellent marksman, so pump him full of lead when he goes down. Don't take any chances with this guy. And that's pretty much all there is to see in the manual, aside from our usual stuff that I'm just going to go ahead and skip over this time. Oh no, why you gotta put that thing up on the screen again? Oh, it changed resolutions, didn't it? Anyways, this is maximum force. And what an intro that is. There's no mistaking what's going on here. I really want that thing to go. There we go. So this is maximum force. Pull the trigger. Wow, oh, it's not just a loud game. My TV's up higher than usual. This is, I think, from the same people, the same team that did Area 51, which is another game I played. Not for the Saturn Archive series, but just on my channel a while ago for funsies. Have we seen about enough intro stuff? Can I start playing? Oh, this is demo. I don't need demo, I don't think. Do I need this? Oh yeah, there we go. It is gameplay. So yeah, this is not like Virtua Cop where we're using 3D models and such. This is all like live action and CG and stuff. I'm excited to see this. I am using Action Replay to give me unlimited credits, I think. I'm not super sure if the cheat worked or not, to be completely honest. Oh my god, is the entire screen just this size? Oh no, here we go. Alright, first kill, first blood. B is reload, yes it is. Oh, there's like a bit of an acceleration on this on the aimer thing. And C is to move faster. Oh nope, C was grenade. I just ruined a grenade, I think. No, I want this. Fuck, that person got away. There's a real special charm to these arcade types. I absolutely love these games. They're so fun to look at. It's pixely as shit. We're seeing that because I do have a pretty nice setup as far as appreciating the game visually. Oh, people are gonna pop out. Oh no, that's a good person. I've actually this recording is being done before I read the manual, because usually for these videos I read the manual first. But other times I play the game before reading the manual, which I know isn't a great way to do it. And the reason for that is because this particular stream, I'm going to do 2 games. Because just popping in a game for just streaming for half an hour at a time is kind of lame. So I'm actually going to do 2 rail shooters tonight. The second one being House of the Dead. I'm not super sure if that episode is... Oh no, I gotta save that person. I couldn't tell if it was male or female. Alright, well I've pushed start. My credits is still at 9, so I guess that means that the cheat worked. Oh, you're right in my face. Is this thing an enemy? Yeah, it is. Oh, gotta stop that. I gotta stop that. There, I got it. Oh, there's a power up here now. I mean, I really don't have to stop all the projectiles, but I'm going to try. I'm going to pretend to give a shit. Oh, there's a person in there. There's another person right there. Wait, do I have a machine gun now? Is that what power up is? Yeah, it is. I mean, not that you should be firing before your aimer is on them anyways, because it's gonna kill your accuracy rating. Oh, those aren't explosive. They sure looked it though. But yeah, these games are super fascinating. I always want to know how they make them. Because of course, obviously, it's just a rendered CG thing. Oh look, there's my stats. Cool. My accuracy is 48%. Not great. But I mean, obviously, it's just, it's pre-rendered. It's just a CG thing. But where I think the real work is having stuff on screen that can be changed. Like, for example, now that asset is different. Now that asset is different. All these assets are gonna stay different. And they obviously didn't pre-render this entire screen with those things considered broken. So it's there's got to be many layers of stuff to see. Of course, you have like the projectiles. That's like their own sprite that you gotta shoot. And then all this stuff like moving around in the space is its own thing. Those are sprites, and they don't look like they stand on top of this layer. Like everything is just blended so well. Oh, I'm supposed to be shooting these before they reach the bottom, I guess. But yeah, I just like that. And then like sometimes you'll see people like, you know, just on the screen, and it does look a little ugly. It does look like they're on top of this layer. But other times they're like behind things, and it's like there's a bit of work there too. Like, are they behind a layer, or is part of their body cut off, like this guy behind the barrels? The one thing that, oh, what the fuck, there's two of them. How was I supposed to fight against that? Oh, damn it, and that power-up. And how the power-up actually went behind this gate, and this guy behind the rock. This bikini babe, like these guys stepping out from behind stuff. And like, are these rocks on a separate layer from everything else so that the animation of the enemy can be behind them? But at the same time, it blends so well in with the background. It's like, it's just a dang good job. Anyways, I'm talking an awful lot. It's making it hard. Is there a button to make the aimer go faster? Or is this just my speed? Because a lot of these will have a button that moves the aimer faster. Oh, it's another bikini babe. Don't shoot the bikini babes. Yeah, so I've always found that as something special about these games. Is just, I don't know, maybe it is very easy to do this, but to someone that doesn't actually program games and has messed around with it a little bit. Can I shoot that? Yeah, that's shootable. I just find it super interesting how these are made and how they're presented. Aside from the occasional enemy maybe not having the same, like, you know, shadows and shading as the area and standing out pretty ugly. But it's just like, you know, when the screen's moving, they don't appear to be lagging behind the object that they're on. Oh, there's so, like, the people just, how do those people sneak up on me from the front? Oh, there's so much shooting. Yeah, this is definitely something that would be a bit more fun if I was playing two-player, but, you know, it's so hard to get people together anymore to play games. I did Area 51 a while ago, and I did that with Thomas, so that was a lot of fun. So I'm just playing this one on my own. You know, the multiplayer doesn't really change up a whole lot. It's just there's two aimers on screen. Sometimes more enemies, but in the case of this game, I highly doubt it. There's a lot of people. Like, you didn't really see as many innocents in Area 51, I don't think. Oh, they're so fast. These truly are meant to be played with the Saturn stunner or some type of light gun. The one thing that always did look a little lazy, and I think I probably commented on it in Area 51 as well, is just the gore explosions that enemies turn into. Why, this thing's already broken. Why is it shooting missiles still? Like, I can see it's destroyed. I had a shotgun. It was very strong. Perhaps there wasn't an instance programmed in which that wouldn't shoot. Give me that. Oops. Oh, I almost shot that innocent, but then I killed a bad guy. I'm not going to pretend that, oh, for a minute I thought that, for a second I thought the flashlight was following the aimer, and I was going to comment on how incredible that would be. But that's not a thing. House of the Dead 2 did that, though, which was pretty cool. Those ones at the bottom are so fast. But yeah, you really got to play these with a light gun. It's unfortunate that these old-style light gun games don't work on LCD TVs. Because this is one, like I mentioned, I had played, well, I haven't mentioned it in this video, but I mentioned it before in videos that I've played Virtua Cop 1, 2, and Area 51 with the light gun stunner in my home. And that's pretty much it. There are some really decent modern ports with workarounds, like the PlayStation Move is really great. I I think the PlayStation Move is a fun peripheral, and it does a pretty decent job of oh, almost shot that innocent. I shot like right over her shoulder too. That must be a really specific hitbox. It's got to be pixel specific. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Plutonium safely recovered. Bunker destroyed. Press start to proceed to the next. I'm not going to skip this CG. People worked hard on this. Tell me to fucking skip your cutscenes that you made? No, man, I love this shit. That was clearly just a circle of sky getting closer and not an actual hole opening up, let's be real. Oh, this is what the demo showed us. This is some Virtua Cop shit here. Except with better graphics, because it's not actually relying on 3D models. I think the question on everyone's mind is, will I eventually get to Revolution X? And, probably. Should I drag someone into it? Absolutely I should. But will I? It's hard to say. Have I not gotten another grenade yet? Oh, C is just also shoot. C isn't grenade. Because I had remembered that there was a grenade thing in Area 51, so I think I was just assuming that was a thing. And I pressed it to shoot an enemy, and there's just one enemy on screen, but it turns out that A is just also shoot. Because I was looking at the bottom of my screen like, there's no way to tell if I have a grenade or not, and I guess there's just no grenades. But yeah, about Revolution X. Oh, that's way too fast. I can't keep up with that on a D-pad. This does have support for the 3D controller. And I think I should probably really bust out. I think I do have one sitting around somewhere. But oh, like look at all these assets. Like, oh no, I shot my first innocent. They're fine though. They don't have a gore explosion. Oh my god, fucking shot that flasher. But yeah, Revolution X is I've actually attempted doing Revolution X before on my channel. I played it with 2 friends, but the game froze on a certain stage, and I don't know if that was just a one-time thing, if that was just what my Saturn felt like doing that day. I don't think it's my console that's hurting, because I've played a lot of games since and not had any freezing. It could be the condition of the disc. I don't know. And to be honest, if it is, I'm not looking to replace my copy of Revolution X because it's a real shit show. It's a real pile of garbage. One of the worst games, literally ever. It's just a real crap shoot. And I would like to take an attempt at it. I'm not going to beat it. Maybe if I can get some action replay codes going. I'm not super sure. I haven't really looked into it. I have beat it once before when I was a kid. You know when you're a kid and your standards are super low and you don't have an income, so you just play what you have, whether if it's good or bad, and you just learn to like it? Because you can't just be like, oh man, this game sucks, mom, take it back, buy me a new one, right? Like that's not your money to spend. Not like you're an adult and you can be like, yeah, I bought a shitty game, whatever. But when I was a kid, me and same friend that played Area 51, Thomas, we played the shit out of Revolution X. We tried to find a bunch of secrets, we tried to beat the game, and we did beat the game one time. We may have used cheats, I'm not super sure. Maybe the infinite discs cheat, which is like a super strong projectile weapon, because it does have a bus level that's really fucking hard. And that's kind of like the make it or break it part of any playthrough of that game. But yeah, so I don't know if it'll freeze in that same place again if I were to ever make a second attempt. Because let's be real, I wasn't in a hurry to make a second attempt. Look, see, when you put them on the opposite sides like that, I can't get there in time. Oh, look at these cool dudes on their cycles. Yeah, I think Revolution X I will do a return to someday. Today, probably not. But sometime in the near future. Maybe just to get out of the way now that it's on my mind, because I'd really like it off my mind as fast as I can get it now. Can I shoot that? Oh, I can even shoot the camera. Just layers upon layers of interactables. Like, you'd think a CG game where it's all like pre-rendered assets, you'd think it wouldn't have all this detail. But like, look at all of it. There's just so dang much, and I'm not shooting everything, of course. Just these pots right now. But there's so much effort and so much animation. Oh, is this a bonus thing? Oh, those cups are fucking floating. I got 18 hits. Alright, I think that was just a little bonus level for maybe shooting all the pots. Well, that's neat. Look at that. I wonder if people knew that was a thing. Oh, he crouched too low. I couldn't aim fast enough. Oh, yeah, and sometimes when the screen's just flying around, like this, people don't... Is this even from a person's perspective anymore, the way we're sort of floating? Like we're piloting a drone? Oh, dang it, I tried to shoot the dude. Should I be shooting these? And what's another funny thing is when people like slide off screen, or if the view just leaves someone behind, that person isn't necessarily gone. Like I just had a trench coat man that I just sort of looked away from, and he's just no longer a threat. So perhaps this universe works on the rules of if I can't see you, you can't hurt me. Okay, yeah, those hurt. And like those guys, they're just crouching down underneath now. Dang it. I'm taking a ton of damage. I haven't really been keeping track of how many continues I've been using. I wonder if the cheat was necessary, or if I'm going to have died 9 times. And I feel like shooting a grenade isn't going to cause it to explode in such a way that's not harmful. Because like the thing about Virtua Cop is because it was in a 3D environment, it had more control over what it could do with the camera. So it's like, oh yeah, we're just not going to move on until you've killed all the guys. Maybe they'll go back into cover, maybe they'll just stand there and shoot you. But like, this is all very timed. I feel like this game could probably play on its own. With the exception of spots like that, where the screen was static. Like, will she just go away? Yep, see? There's a little test. Those 3 people, they just pissed off. And like, they're still on the other side of those doors, or these elevators, I guess. They just got away, I guess. Oh fuck, I just spilled my goddamn drink. Oh, and it's a fizzy drink too, so now it's foaming everywhere. Give me a hot second to clean this up. Okay, that problem's been solved. Okay, so I'm getting in an elevator with this man. And now this man does not appear to be in the elevator anymore. So, like, there's some real inconsistencies. Am I supposed to shoot one of these? Was there really a choice there that I was making? Nope, that helicopter isn't an enemy yet. It would be flashing. See, like those people I just turned my back on, they didn't go anywhere. Oh, I shot that guy. Sorry, dude. So yeah, despite that, the brutal inconsistency of people just disappearing randomly because we looked away, that's really the only flaw with the animation here. All my previous praise stands. Because, I mean, realistically, if you were using a light gun, as you should have been... Oh, wow. Oh, there's a big old flash where the blade animation is, too. Let's just light up the entire sprite. But I mean, it didn't just light up like the entire square of the sprite, so that's still impressive. And like, honestly, these people sprites, they don't look all that bad. Whew. This game's pretty tough. Are we still only on the second level? So I understand that the third one is not accessible unless you have beaten the first two. Oh, this is probably a good helicopter. Because I was thinking of just playing the game without cheats. Because I was like, oh, well, you can just have access to all the levels. Then I remember in Virtua Cop, you don't really get the final boss unless you do them all in order. In Area 51, you could skip ahead, which is just finish the game normally, but without the intro level. Whereas this one, it's enforcing you to do all three, and that's fine. Alright, Mission 1 and 2 are done, now Mission 3 is available. I would have really appreciated it if there was some kind of signal that I'd finished level 1 and 2. Like just put like a X over it or something, or like a bullet hole in it. Because there's not a whole ton of reason to go back and revisit them. Like I understand that there may be different secrets, like that one I discovered that we missed, but you just do that on a different playthrough. These games aren't very long. We don't need an open world and a rail shooter. Oh no, maybe that could be a bit of a lie. I mean, Galgun has been doing that. Oh, there's just an old granny. We gotta protect the old granny. I think that was an old granny. It was wearing like granny-like pajamas. But then that could just been the style at the time because this game is old. Oh no, that was definitely a granny in her old granny PJs. We've solved that mystery. Oh my god, there's people hiding in urinals. There's fucking Granny again. Is it the same Granny? Or are there multiple Grannies here? And why are Grannies here? Is this game supposed to be a big old parody of action stuff? So we're just throwing Grannies into this military base? Oh yeah, that guy's a hunter. Or like a butterfly collector or something. He's got a big stupid net. I think this game might be a joke. Is that a shootable thing? Well, whether it is or isn't, I was shooting at it and now it's exploding. Yeah, net guy, get out of the way. Oh, he actually came up and like fell down a little bit later. That was more consistent than I was expecting. More consistent than I deserve. Oh, that was just a random dude. Oh, those ones up close are too hard. So yeah, I was definitely saying that these games should be played with a like, and I think Virtua Cop is absolutely the case. Like this one I'm managing for the most part. Well, it just explodes whenever you shoot it. But like Virtua Cop has this thing where it's not static cameras, it's always the camera like shifting and zooming. What is even, oh, it's this person up here. With Virtua Cop shifting and zooming so much, it really is hard to keep up with where the enemy is. It's not that they're moving around and that they're dodging. It's mostly just that the camera and the view itself is all over the place. I think the idea and the lore implications of it is like they have like certain goggles on or something that increase their accuracy so they can zoom in on where the enemy is just by wearing these like futuristic things on their face, I think. Yeah, you're right, Falcon. This has been very hard playing this with a shooter, and people just whack me all the time. It's so hard to stop the whackers because they just come up from the bottom of the screen and hit you and you're gone. You really need the reaction time and reaction speed of a light gun. This game is also on the PlayStation 1 if you have a way to emulate a gun on that. I don't think this has gotten any re-releases or remasters, to my knowledge. I don't think there's a lot of love for maximum What is this fucking game called? Maximum Force. I keep wanting to call it Maximum Carnage for whatever reason. That's probably also a game. But see, this weird sway that the camera's doing when we're zipping through these areas, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Because, like, human, we don't do this with our eyesight. Am I actually piloting a drone? Do we have drones back then? Oh wait, no, because we actually, I think we saw this character's arms and stuff a little bit earlier when he was being dropped in. Oh, these people are they're so hard to hit. Oh, there's just a random man in that dumpster. People just falling and rolling away all the time. It seems like okay, I've definitely died more than 9 times. There's no way this would have been a full LP if I wasn't using the cheat. But I just really wanted to see and show off this entire game. And I had a feeling that that I wouldn't be able to. So like I said, I'm not wielding a light gun here. See, like, that's so hard to get. I was shooting right at it, I swear. You saw me doing it. Oh, I got little mices. I wonder if I could have shot those mices. Yeah, just fucking goobers. Just like, oh gosh. I really want to shoot the mice to see if they die. But at the same time, I don't want to shoot the mice because that's a mean thing to do. I saw a mouse. I can't be super sure if these mice are working with the bad guys or not. Fuck, they're so elusive. They don't appear to be part of the background. They are standing out a wee bit. Oh, there's just Molotovs being tossed. Look at these animations. Who's the bastard doing that? Oh, fucking nobody? Were those not coming out of the cart we just passed? Yeah, I cannot get those mice. They're too tough of targets. Ugh, I feel like I almost got that one. I can't tell. I think you really got to be pixel perfect. Damn it, and the screen's always moving around. Oh, I got one. Did you see it? I couldn't get that one, though. No, I got one. I wonder if there's a... Oh, yeah, that's me. Let's get this aimer out of the way. Oh, I'm a fucking cool-ass military hero. Look at me. I killed a single mouse. My accuracy was dropped to 24. Because I really needed to kill those fucking mice. Well, I guess that's it. I mean, I did missions 1, 2, and 3. The day has been saved. And, if you want to see more shooters, check out the Saturn Archives playlist. Or if you want to see that Area 51 playthrough, go ahead and check that out. But, yeah, please stick around for more.